Hey guys, we're at another booth. This one is really close to me just because I know this guy, worked with him. His name's Reggie Ham, and we're also here with Brent, and it's actually the Tech Safety Line booth, and they're going to show us their amazing product that allows you to emergency descent out of the turbine. So introduce you guys. Brent, how are you doing today?
How you doing? Fantastic. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot, man.
It's beautiful, sunny California here, and Reggie, some of you guys might know him.
Shout out to all the guys out there still in the field.
Nice.
I hope you're up tower having fun right now.
Yeah. So, nice booth here you got, and where are you guys based out of?
We're based out of Dallas, Texas. Carrollton, actually, a small suburb just north of Dallas.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, tell us a little bit about what you got here, and a little bit about the history.
Okay, Tech Safety Lines offers equipment, unique equipment, and training on all type of fall safety applications. But probably our main impact, certainly in the wind industry, is this kit right here. This is the SRK-11. That's a personal kit. This one's 300 feet. It goes all the way up to 600 feet, different color bags.
Can we open it up and see what's inside?
Well, this is what's inside. This is a little training bag.
Oh, okay.
But this is what's inside, and that's a personal descender. It's a dual brake descender. It has a passive and an active brake. The passive brake works if the user just lets go of it.
Okay.
If the user panics and pulls down too hard, it provides a brake in that aspect as well. That line, although small, is 6 millimeter Vectran. It's got a high melting point of 600 some odd degrees.
Okay.
Minimum braking strength well over 7,000 pounds. So very strong line. It's in a similar family as, say, Kevlar. People are very familiar with Kevlar.
Right. So I'm familiar with this product, but I mean, a lot of others are as well. I mean, these are out on techs, in turbines right now.
Yeah, these again are personal kits, and the big difference, the big concept difference is rather than having a kit over in a corner, in a cabinet, in a box, in one spot, this is on the technician at all times.
Yeah.
So they're not required to get to a certain area of the turbine in order to effect an emergency egress. As long as they've got this on their body, have an appropriate anchor, they, 2, 3, 4, 6 guys can egress simultaneously with their own kit.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, you also have a set of your own lanyards right here, right?
This is the stepwise lanyard, a patented lanyard that we have. From the exterior, looks like a typical lanyard, perhaps.
But there's some special inside the shock pack, right?
Inside here is the shock pad, but what's also built into this is this web ladder right here.
Okay, so there's a ladder that comes out, and this replaces the little side loops that come out that are tough.
It is for the same thing. It's to combat suspension trauma. The key difference of any type of device, which is definitely better than nothing, but if it's attached to the harness, you're not going to get full relief of the harness.
Right.
This is attached to the lanyard above the user's weight. Get in it and step in it and stand up. 100% of the weight is off.
Wow, that's amazing. So you don't get that suspension trauma in your legs, and then all that blood without the oxygen, rushing back to your heart. You don't want that, right?
That's right.
You're a firefighter, right?
I'm a career firefighter, 30 years old with the city of Dallas.
And you're doing some crazy stuff in this video over here. Where's most of this stuff shot at?
This one right here is in Melfi, Italy.
Okay.
We're teaching one of our European clients. You saw in the back there that's the SRK-15. That's the particular model that meets EU standards.
And that's you.
And that's me.
That's you. And you're descending off of...
Well, we're doing a little class here.
A little platform?
This is just a little entrance platform to these Nordex turbines, but then we're also doing some training up on top and making actual full-length descents.
Well, good for you being able to go to Italy and going and doing some of that fun stuff.
Yeah,
and
this
you were telling me...
with me is making the first... It's the Global Health and Safety Director for this company, making the first female descent off of a full-length 120-meter turbine.
Yeah, look at you guys go.
Yeah.
Nice and safe, controlled descent, awesome. And you were telling me about all of the components in this system are actually all completely ANSI rated, right?
Well,
Like
100%.
100%.
We use third-party testing for everything we do as a system. We don't just say, well, this carabiner or whatever is certified.
Right.
We submit the entire. In the U.S., North America, we submit the entire system to Underwriters Laboratory. In Europe, we submit it to TÜV, which is a premium testing laboratory for the EU. And just so every claim that we make as for the entire system is backed up by that third-party certification.
Excellent. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this this green pack there? What's
Reggie,
that?
why don't you jump in on that, brother?
So what we have right here is a Spark kit. Quite a few people out in the field are familiar with the ARC kit that we have, the Assisted Rescue Kit. Well, the Spark kit, what it does is it takes a couple of the items from the ARC kit and it works in conjunction with the self-rescue kit.
Okay.
So what it does is it really helps simplify what makes this a great rescue kit, how it can be used either for self-rescue or in the certain scenario or event where you need to send someone down, have someone to guide them down. It provides that, so it's actually a dual use, so how you can use this.
Okay.
And so it's inverted. What this provides, we provide a 6-to-1 pulley system, and it helps with the weight transfer, because when you rescue, the main thing you want to do is weight transfer, getting their weight off whatever.
So
rescue
pulling
system
them up,
yes.
taking them off of the trauma, and then
Exactly.
being able to lower them back
So
down.
taking the weight, so
That is a very small kit for all of that purpose.
oh, definitely. And
That's nice.
the cool thing is, with each guy having his own self-rescue kit, and then a crew having this kit, there's really not too many places in the turbine that this could not accommodate. Just through thorough training and then practice, getting hands-on, over time, getting familiar with the general concept of what you're trying to do. Is
Right.
moving the weight from their anchor, from their lanyard if they're suspended, or the lat safe or glide lock if they're on a ladder, to the
Right.
rescue system, so you can get them down on the ground as quick as possible, or down on whichever platform. But we also offer extended retrieval. There's a device in here. What that does, if you're on top or you're on a structure and you really need to kind of get that elevation, so someone can get their hands on the device to do the lowering.
Okay.
This helps provide that. And we also provide anchor loops. So that way you can set up and stage and anchor.
Okay.
If you're doing a ladder rescue, or somewhere in the cell, or on top of the cell structure, or a rotor, or hub. It's you know how anchors are.
Yeah.
There's different types of anchor points.
Yeah, you
on
gotta
every type of
you gotta
structure.
be able to find a good anchor point.
So this gives
and-
you a non-rigid opportunity to set up an anchor at various
Excellent.
places.
What's this in here? It's just a-
So this right here is an extension. Pretty much, it's a backup line for the pulley system. So that way, if anything happens with the pulley line, you have a
that pulley system
life-rated-
is really compact.
Yeah. Well, it's all inside this little package here, this Velcro package.
Nice.
Pull
It's all
it out.
Velcro.
Pull it out. And it's,
Oh wow!
It's a 6
You don't
to
even
1,
have to
6
set
to
it up.
1.
It's just automatically
Oh,
deployed
it's
out.
Yeah, lines already ran through it.
Wow.
So there you go. So you
That
pull it
makes
out
a
from
lot
there.
easier.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Come on to that there,
You
catch.
just
All
busted out the Batman.
it's- yeah.
Shoo! And it all came
So
out.
it's,
That's awesome.
It's cleated. Give me a little pressure on there. It's cleated. So as they pull up, and it's a 6 to 1.
Okay.
So for every 10 pounds I'm pulling down, I'm pulling up 60 pounds.
Oh, excellent.
And it's cleated as I pull it up.
Yeah, not that you guys aren't tough out there, but I
And then
mean,
what this
you
is-
need some help if you got a
Oh, yeah.
250 pounder on the end of the
What
line.
this is we keep an independent backup on this. This is a one-way rope grab on this upper end. We'll have a connection down here as well to the directed to the victim or to this connection point right here.
Oh,
And
okay.
hold on to that for me, please. As we're pulling up on one, we'll just keep that backed up with this one. This is a redundancy, so if anything happens to this, we have a full life safety rated.
Well, obviously, you guys know the system backwards and forward. Do you provide training on the system as
Oh,
well?
absolutely. We provide a training for just competent climber and rescue.
Is that where
teaching
Reggie
them.
comes in? Do you help out with that?
He
Every
helps
now
out.
and then,
Yeah.
try to get some input, but they do a great job. The trainers are all firefighters. They're part of the Urban Search and Rescue of
Oh,
Sonoma
excellent.
and Dallas. So they're very, very knowledgeable with rescuing. That is their domain.
Right.
I kind of help provide the different input from the different types of structures that there are out there.
Oh,
Speaking
excellent.
how wind's ever changing, how it's been for decades. But as far as the domain of rescue and the concept of weight transfer and rescue, that's where, I mean, it's really a good hand-in-hand
All right.
collaborative.
Well, cool. I wonder if any of these guys have any questions about the system, but I know I particularly have a question about like how fast do you get down? How fast can...
and I get that question all the time because what is most familiar out there in the industry, because it's the oldest, is what's called a CRD, or controlled rate descender.
Right.
But this being a personal descender, you personally set it for your particular body weight to get a comfortable descent rate. This is obviously not something done at the time of the emergency. It's done in the morning. We consider this part of your PPE.
Yeah,
so
you
in the
got to
morning,
inspect
when you're checking
it.
out your harness, checking out your lanyard, you give your personal kit assigned. So you can take the cover off. The brake's internal. Nothing happens on that until with the cover on it, and it pulls that down.
Looks
and that
fairly
allows,
easy to inspect too.
Oh yeah,
I mean
and
that's
it's crazy
that's a big
simple.
benefit.
There's two moving parts in there. There's the spring that pushes that plunger, and the little spring that keeps that pin right here. That's the only moving parts in the whole thing. It's crazy simple. Okay.
That's really
And then
neat.
we teach them in our classes about how many wraps to use. It's about 50 pounds per half wrap, and I put my appropriate number of wraps in there. Put this on, pack the kit up, and it's ready to go for the day. Again, this isn't done at the time of the emergency.
Right.
This is done during the morning PPE inspection. When you're
Excellent. They're just
getting your
locked into
stuff
place
ready.
and you're ready to go.
Pack it up.
Locked and
And
loaded.
it's on you.
You know, we all know that the worst thing that could happen is get caught up towering a fire. And you have this on your harness. You have your harness on you at the time. You're not going to be caught. You know, we all know what could happen. We've seen what could happen. And I just like the fact that this can provide a solution to that problem.
We've kept this thing crazy simple. Reggie mentioned that on the Spark, things for assisted rescue, you have one per crew.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you have, we've actually had a little short 20-foot kit for one particular company working over some equipment. But our longest are 600 feet. But it doesn't matter. Whatever's in there, whatever length is nothing but line. And then you pull it out and it looks like this.
Yeah.
We like to say the decision tree looks like a telephone pole. There's only two decisions to make. One to you, one to the anchorage, and that's it.
And then you're down and out, just like how you guys are here.
Yeah.
I like that.
Making a simultaneous descent right there.
Simultaneous descent. That's awesome. That's really good.
And you can see on there are backup lines. It's a simulation, but
Right.
we did 3 because for every guy that's going down, I've got a guy up in the nacelle running the backup line, et cetera, et cetera. But it could be 3, it could be 6.
Well,
but the whole point
you
is
know,
it's
as
simultaneous
owners
descent.
and operators, we gotta, have safety, right? And
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well,
But
and it's the peace of mind too for the operators, because when you have crews and you got guys, it doesn't matter which kit it is. When they have self-rescue kits, it's the diligence of each other to kind of be their brother's keeper.
Right.
When you're up tower and each person has their self-rescue kit, because in the industry, and one of the things we discussed yesterday was biggest fear is if you're out in the hub, if you're out doing something in the hub, and the first thing you hear on the radio is saying there's a fire starting in the cell, and then there's no way you can get back in. It's a peace of mind knowing that you have your rescue, you have your way down. You don't have to worry about getting back out there, trying to rendezvous and trying to, take turns going out. It's each person who has their own kit. It should be the peace of mind. It should be each other's diligence of make sure each person carries their kit. It doesn't matter which kit it is, but as long as they have a self-rescue kit issued to them, it should be on their personnel the entire time.
well, I love the idea, and I like talking to you guys.
Thank you, Neil.
So, where can they get more information?
You go on our website, which is techsafetylines.com.
Okay.
All the films that you see showing behind us, plus many others, are in there, covering various industries, tower cranes, aerial lifts, wind turbines, cell towers, etc.
Excellent.
On there, as well as all of the equipment and descriptions of the various classes that we offer.
Right, and you guys got a Facebook page too. If the guys are on Facebook,
it's called Tech Safety Lines.
Yep.
Excellent.
We also actually have a competition as well on our Facebook page that we do a photo of the month.
Oh, competition, cool.
Yes.
It's called Show Us Where You Work.
Show us where you work.
Oh,
send
you
us a
guys
photo,
like that. Show us
location
where
where
you
you work. Doesn't matter if you're tower, if you're cell tower, telecoms, or wind turbines. But give us your best photos, because if you win for that month, you get a Yeti cup. And then for the year, what we do is we take each monthly winner, and then we'll select the annual winner. And what we do is we set up a calendar with it. But that person gets a Yeti cooler.
Yeah.
That's what they got this past year. It might change this coming year. But it's a really fun thing to kind of see the different photos. And as you see on your side on Facebook, Tower Climbing Grease Monkeys, there's some beautiful shots out there. And it's a really good way for everybody to get involved and kind of really
We're all amateur photographers out there.
With all the filters on the phones.
Yeah,
great
exactly.
pictures.
Yeah. Well, now you're giving me ideas now. Thanks, Reggie. Well, good. Excellent. Well, thanks, guys. It was a pleasure talking to you. And have a good one.
Enjoy.